Well, that's a weird one. We're getting hope, yet at the same time, I cannot help but feeling the despair in the end of this one. In the Boku no Hero chapter 690 that I found on another site. All Might clashes with One for All, and both of them comment that they have grown weaker. Although it turns out that All for One has an advantage in, well, quirk. He apparently can combine four of the quirks he has, something about a metal bone structure, shockwave, and agility in order to create an air pressured cannon, which was the same move he used when he almost killed all the pro heroes. I guess you can say that one All for One is really the opposite of All Might. All Might has the typical superpower, strength, and skill quirk that, in the right creative hands, can become extremely more powerful. All for One just relies on every single quirk he steals, which only makes him more powerful. And according to All Might, the reason why he wields a mask is because he has gotten weaker. Well, judging from what we saw of his face, we do not want to see why he is like that. So, of course, Deku and the gang wants to do something, but they know they cannot interfere because of the rules. But finally, Deku snaps out of his fear and of his creepiness and realizes they can do a loophole moment that can save Bakugo, or at least in this chapter. On a side note, also, the Sensei All for One force activates the warp guys to teleport Tomura away, and they are trying to grab Bakugo while doing that. It's apparent that All for One intends to sacrifice himself, in a way. The worst said that we're gonna get the greatest despair, so are you telling me both All for One and One for All? I mean, All for One and All Might are gonna die? In a way, that would make sense. Two of the greatest of their generations, the greatest villain and the greatest hero, would die, making it for a new era, so to speak. But in a way, in that moment, Deku reveals a plan he can do by combining different quirks of the others. So, the plan is to do this. He will, by using Idea's jumping power, they will jump up high in the air, and they will break through the wall using Kirishima's steel-covered abilities. And of course, Deku will help with his strengthening, with his claws. But strengthening claws with his strengthening. While when they jump up there, Togagoroki creates an ice field for extra jump power, and as they jump high up in the air where the villains can't reach them, Deku reveals that the only one that can call to Bakugo is actually the only guy he treats with respect. There has been some hints that Bakugo only treats people friendly that actually, well, not just sees him as a selfish jerk. And there's only one person in the entire school that, despite being a rival of Bakugo in his own ways actually kind of sees him as a friend. And that is Kirisagi, the Kirishima, the steel guy. He calls out the name to Bakugo, as Bakugo uses his quirk to launch himself in the air and takes a hold of his hand, calling him an idiot, but still smiles. And that makes sense. The only ones who could call for Bakugo without, because as Ochako said, Bakugo would feel ashamed if he was going to be saved, but maybe not as ashamed if his rival and friend called him out to that. That's basically this chapter. Not much happening. We're still getting the hype that a very big despair awaits us. But are you telling me the kids are just gonna escape just like that? No, no, no. I have a very big feeling something is happening. Moreover, Momo was left behind. So what's gonna do now? Will All for One and All Might fall here? it seems all the more likely. Give me your thoughts if you have any.